Hi there, welcome to my views and news. Breaking news for you from Tigray, where Getachew interim president has signed a controversial regulation. Is he paving the way for the deployment of federal forces in Tigray? Before that, an announcement, viewers. After around 2 hours, uh, less than 2 hours, I'll be back with a live chat at 4 p.m. GMT. 1600 GMT, I'll be back with live chat. We'll have a live chat tonight, and second live chat will be tomorrow, almost at the same time. And then the next week, we'll try to have live chats as well. Several viewers have been inquiring about the resumption of live chats. So I think tonight we can manage. Internet speed is fine. I have managed to take some time out. Hoping to see you there. I have a big news for you in today's live chat about Tigray military. And the second story is from Somalia. So see you in the live chat after around uh, uh, 90 minutes, less than 90 minutes, I would say. Now, viewers, breaking news is for you from Tigray, where Gita Choreda, Tigray interim president, has made a big decision, it seems. Legal implications of the decision are not being discussed by people, but those who have analyzed the regulation signed by Getachew, they fully understand that Getachew, the Tigray interim president, is paving the way for deployment of Ethiopian National Defense Force, Federal Police in Tigray. This law has two main points. We'll have a look at these 2 points one by one. Before that, last year, not last year, in 2023, uh, Ethiopia imposed state of emergency in the Amhara region, and federal military was deployed. Federal forces were deployed to fight Fano fighters. How was the process initiated? The process was initiated by Amhara regional government. Amhara government requested the federal government to deploy federal forces to Amhara region. Under the relevant law, Amhara government made this request. This formal request was needed, though we know that Amhara regional government is helpless. It's very weak and it cannot survive a day without support from federal government or support from Ethiopian National Defense Force. But that legal requirement was there. The request for deployment of federal forces must have come from Amhara regional government, and that is what happened. After the military came, military entered Amhara region, it established command post, it forced Fano fighters out of Amhara region, out of main cities of Amhara region. And since then, military has been in Amhara region. Almost 18 months have passed since the new deployment of Ethiopian military in Amhara region. The regulation which Getachew Reda has signed has 2 points. Firstly, now Tigray interim administration. Tigray interim government is interim government. It is not elected government. Amhara government is an elected government. They have a council there, regional council. Elected, came through election. Tigray does not have this type of legally elected administration. Getachew was appointed. PM Abiy appointed him. He was not elected by the people. Yes, TPLF chose him, but it's not that he came through election. So a regulation was needed to empower Tigray interim government to seek military support from federal government in case of security deterioration in Tigray. This new law empowers Tigray President Getachew that if he thinks that there are serious security issues, security threats, he can request Ethiopian federal government to deploy its troops to the region. First point, very important point, means that Getachew is paving the way for the deployment of Ethiopian federal forces in Tigray. As a last resort, if he thinks that he has been cornered and he's under siege and he cannot survive, he can ask the federal government to send military to Tigray. And federal government would say that it's the decision of Tigray interim government. Federal government would say that we are not interested. We don't want to have presence in Tigray. Even after Pretoria did not claim our share in interim government, though Prosperity Party is entitled to have a share in interim setup in Tigray. It did not claim its share. Belgium would say that we don't want to be in Tigray. Now Getachew government is requesting our presence there, and this government is making a legal request. How can we say no? Firstly. Secondly, the second point of this regulation is that regional, zonal, Wareda level councils are being restored. When election was held in Tigray in 2020, the results of the election were rejected by the parliament. Parliament declared the election null and void. Then in Pretoria deal, TPLF agreed that the election held in 2020 was not legit. And we have been seeing a confrontation between TPLF, Getachew TPLF, the Bretsin, over controlling Wareda zonal level administrative structures. These councils are part of administrative structure. TPLF, Debrecen is in control of these councils. Getachew government tried to establish councils, but it could not. People of its choice could not take control of the administrations there. Now, Getachew, this new regulation would reinstate Wareda level, zonal level, regional level councils. But important point is that the councils will have to obey the orders of Tigray interim president. Speaker, deputy speaker can be removed by Tigray interim president. So whatever instructions will be passed by Tigray interim government, Tigray interim president, will have to be followed, will have to be implemented in the regional councils. The same councils which were elected in 2020. So Getachew wants those councils which are pro-TPLF Debrecen to support interim government. And since he would have powers to remove the men in positions in these councils, the council members, council leaders will have to comply with the instructions of the Tigray interim government. These are two main points of the new regulation which has been signed by Getachew. Getachew can sign any law because I think he has adopted the idea of the establishment of advisory council. He and Sad Khan were planning to establish an advisory council to take the place of regional council. But TPLF disagreed. It said no advisory council is acceptable. And the idea of establishment of advisory council was being seen as a pretense for extending Getachew Reda's stay in power. So he has, I think, dropped the idea. Now he has come up with this new decision. Will he be able to mold regional council, zonal council to support his government? That remains to be seen. I don't know what will happen. But it's a new strategy adopted by Getachew Reda. Federal government, it seems, asked Getachew to sign the law so that if needed, Getachew will be able to request military support from the federal government of Ethiopia. Well, forces are already there in Tigray, by the way. They are deployed in border areas. But if Getachew requests, there could be large-scale deployment of Ethiopian National Defense Force in Mekelle. ENDF could secure Getachew's office, his residence. ENDF could secure other key places in Tigray. Overall, we can say that Getachew is building up defenses. He's making moves. He knows that the situation, circumstances, the situation has reached a level where perhaps reconciliation is not possible. That is why at some point there'll be some escalation between two TPLF wings or between Getachew and military. So before that, Getachew must be legally prepared to seek the support of federal government. Let's see how TPLF, Debrecen, and how Tigray military see this regulation. They have not issued a statement so far about it. It's very surprising, by the way. Why are they silent about it? Will they challenge this regulation at some court? Will they oppose it? Let's see what happens. I think we watch.